Well, that seems like a bit of a reveal. We know To the Wilder with Woodkid, but it looks like L is also doing a version of this?
まあ、エルさん、
Yes.
ティーンスピリット
I saw L's Teen Spirit,
サントラも持ってます
and I actually have the
で
soundtrack.
エルさんに
And
歌ってほしかったんで、
I wanted L to
まあ、トゥ
sing.
ダワイルダーができた時に、
So when
デュエ
To
ッ
the
ト
Wilder was
ヨアン
made,
にどうって
I
言う
told
から
Yoan, said,
なんと
why
ヨ
don't
アンとエル
we
タ
have
は
L
エルさんの
sing?
友達で
But then Yoan said, no,
以前ステージで歌って
she's my friend, and we sang together once, and it was such a coincidence. And I didn't know. I felt the connection there
ま
too.
あ、歌っていただいて
So that's why I had L sing the song with Yoan Woodkid.
Yeah, Johan, I know you have a long relationship with L, right?
Yeah, I shot, as a director, I shot Elle when she was 14, so I've known her for a long time. And 10 years ago, we sang on stage at the Montreux Jazz Festival, and she has such an amazing voice. And on top of just giving so much with the interpretation of the song, she really changed the meaning of the lyrics by her interpretation. So I really, really love that version. And what you've seen here is just a snippet of just all the things we've put together in that record, and the Suginami Junior chorus also that we recorded in Japan with Hideo. That was on my previous record that I brought back on the soundtrack and the orchestra in Paris. So it's been just being all around the world, and just like the big moment of it was like singing this song with Elle. So I'm so grateful. I wish she was here tonight so I could tell her how much I love her, and I'm grateful that she's on that record with us.
Can't wait to hear it. Is it the same lyrics? Is it different? What can you tell us about the song?
Well, you have to pre-order it, and you will know exactly what this version is like. There's a few versions of To the Wilder on that record, actually.
Wow. Okay, well, we'll experience it hopefully next weekend. Very, very cool. Hideo, this track, is it something that, is it just for the album, or will this be in the game too?
まあ、アルバム買っていただいて
Well, I want everyone to pre-order.
まあ、トゥダワイルダーすごいいい曲で、
To the Wilder is such a great
まあ、
song.
劇中いっぱいかかるんですけど、
And of course, it's played
こ
a
れ
lot in the
ところ
game.
でかかるんです
But
けど、
at one moment,
こ
there's
の
this
時はもうやばい
this
と
time, it's like
体液だらだら
really
になる
emotional. You'll have all your
ま
liquids
ずは
coming out from your body.
アルバム買ってください。
But first, you need to test it,
Sure.
so pre-order.
There's also a vinyl version, made a beautiful limited vinyl with all the beautiful design from the game, and it's also on pre-order now, I think.
Wow.
Like everything's like available to pre-order now.
And vinyl's coming a little bit later, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's great. The soundtrack, obviously, as we mentioned, will be out on June 13th. So this coming Friday, you'll get to experience the soundtrack and, of course, the game on June 26th. Well, we're approaching the end of today's show. We don't want to spoil too much of the game for you guys before you play it. But I know today is just the beginning, really the first stop of the World Strand Tour. It's back, right?
はい。まあ、26日発売ですけど、
Yes, 26 is the release date,
この後オーストラリア行っ
but then
て
afterwards I go to
発売日は
Sydney.
東京でイベントをやります。
The release date will be in Tokyo for an event, and then I go to Paris,
以降にアジアを
London,
回
and
ります。
then after that go to parts of
10月ぐ
Asia,
らいまでの間に
and I'm going to do this
他の
all throughout this year
も回りますんで、まあ
to
12
everywhere in
カ
the
国
world.
ぐらい
So 12 countries, I
で
think,
11月から
probably.
ですね、デス
And
トランディン
from
グのオーケストラ
November,
のツアーが始まり
we'll
ますの
have
で、
this orchestra
来
Death
年に
Stranding
かけてい
tour.
ろんな国にまた
And of course,
お会い
that
できる
goes
と
all
思い
around
ま
the
すし
world, so I might
ヨハン
go,
とかも参
and
加してくれ
maybe
ると思
Johan
うので
Woodkid
他のミュージシャ
participate
ン
in
と
this.
かも
All other
紹介
musicians will
参加して
participate
くれ
in
る
this classic, orchestra tour too.
Yes, it's going to be a busy year for you, and I know you're in Sydney later this week. So it's so kind of you to come out and be a part of Summer Game Fest and the show on Friday and today, and sharing some of the game with the world for the first time here. Well, before we conclude tonight's premiere, I want to go around and see if anyone has any closing remarks on their thoughts on the chance to collaborate with Hideo and this game, starting with you, Woodkid.
Well, go play that game because it's quite an adventure. I want to thank Hideo for having me on board. I'm so grateful. I was so free to propose things, and I'm very grateful for that. I'm glad you connected with my darkness the way I connected with yours. And thank you for allowing me so much like CPU like megabytes for the music, because it usually always comes last, and this time it came first, and so I had so much like CPU allowance for the music. So there's so much amazing things you're going to see on that game. Thank you so much. Thank you, Hideo, very, very much.
We did an incredible job, and it's, you said, a true collaborator with Hideo on the music. Troy, you've done a lot of games. Does this one feel any different to you?
Yeah, man, if it doesn't, then I should get out of this business. It always feels weird to say something so personal in such a public format, but over a decade ago, you hired me for a job, and before you left, you said, or a while later, you came to me and you said, I'm working on a great role for a great game. And you made good on that promise, my friend. And you've not only done it once, but you've done it twice. And when you say you're going to make a great game, you deliver on that promise. So thank you for giving me a job, and thank you for having me back.
No, Hideo is one of the most loyal, upstanding guys out there, and I know he really values his collaboration with you, Troy. You guys have done amazing things in the first game, and just wait until you guys see Higgs in DS2. It's pretty wild. Shioli, this was your first collaboration with Hideo, going from the outreach from him to ask you to be in the game, doing the English and the Japanese voices. I know I've seen on Instagram you being in the studio, you know, recording the Japanese voice. I know this has been a big collaboration for you. Any final thoughts on what it was like to work with Hideo?
I don't even know where to begin. Every single process, as an actor, it was the first time to challenge everything with the shoot, ADR, but I think Hideo really understands what we go through as actors. Just talking about the music, we had like little ear things in our ear, and he'd just play your music, and just something small like that. We don't have a film set, but it really brings all the emotions out, and it's really rare that during like the ADR process, I had a few times where I was almost about to cry, because just his storytelling and the music and everything, when it comes together, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Everything was beyond imagination. So, 本当にありがとうございます. I'm so proud to be a part of this. Thank you.
Rainey has some great moments as well in the game that you'll get to see when you play it. Well, we have one last special message from Elle. Let's take a look at that now.
Hi, it's Elle again. I hope you all enjoyed the Death Stranding 2 On the Beach game premiere. I can't wait for you to see tomorrow in action and for you to play the game.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Al. Well, before we wrap it up, we have to give the last word of this special celebration to the one and only Hideo Kojima.
デスストはつながりのゲ
Death
ームなん
Stranding
ですよね。
is about a game of connection.
で2を作ろうとした時に、
And
皆さ
when
んも
I
そうですけど、
tried
コロナになっ
to
て大
create
変な思いを
two,
しました。
everyone experienced a
孤立
pandemic,
して
right?
一人
Together,
になって
everyone was solitude,
その
alone.
未来がどうなるかわからない
And
時に、
people were worried what's going to
DS2
happen to the
を
future.
作らないといけない。
But then I had to create DS2.
ノーマンとか
And
レアさんとかトロイ、
You know, I talked
ワン
with
のメンバーが支え
Norman,
てくれまして、
you know,
で
Leia,
新たな
Troy
メンバーのエル
supported
さ
me
ん
as
とか
well.
しおりさんとか、
And the new members,
ヨア
Al,
もそうですけど、
Shiori, and Yoan as
新たなつながり
well.
が加わ
We
って
became connected
ようやく完
for
成した。
DS2, and now we're
つ
finished.
ながりを表現するゲームではあるんですけど、
So
制
the
作
game
も
is
つなが
about
りを体験した
connection, but
ので、
even development was all about
変な話
connection.
ですけど、
So
つ
strange
ながり
story,
を
but
追求するためにつながりをたどって、
when you try to create a connection
皆さんその
game,
ゲームを
I
遊ん
kind
で
of
いただい
follow
て、
my
そこを
connection that
感
I
じてほしい
had.
んですけど
And I
も、
want you to feel
僕ら
that
作り
too.
手も
And not
やっ
just
ぱりそ
us.
こをリアルな体験をしましたので、
Everyone had this
その思い
real
が必ず入っている
experience.
と思います。
And it's in there, what you
皆さんの
experienced
力
during
が
the
なければ
pandemic
こ
as
こま
well.
で来れ
And
なかったんで、
I wouldn't
本当
have
にあり
made
が
it
とうご
with
ざい
all
ま
of
す。
these people, including you.
はい
So I
そう
want
で
to
す
say thank you to everyone.
楽し
Thank
んで
you.
くださいね。
I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you for all that you do, Hideo. I know we're all very excited to play Death Stranding 2. Thanks to you, thanks to all our guests on stage, thanks to Elle, and thanks to all of you for watching online, being here in person. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is available for pre-order now and launches exclusively on PlayStation 5 on June 26. And you can check out PlayStation.com for more information on the game. In the meantime, to all of you in the audience and for those tuning in on the live stream, thank you so much for giving us your time and watching this. We hope you enjoyed today's game premiere for Death Stranding 2 on the Beach for PlayStation 5. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.